the inferior process, which is extroverted sensing, SE for short. Now, extroverted sensing focuses on the experience and the sensations of the immediate physical world. So right now, I'm using the SE when I'm looking and touching this laptop, the textures of the material, this desk, the texture of my shirt, how it's different from the smooth texture on the laptop. That's me using extroverted sensing. It's the world around me, taking in details, the present surroundings. It'll bring in like relevant facts and details to the forefront of my mind, and then it might lead to spontaneous action. So I don't know how introverted intuition fits in with this. I think it might have a little bit to play and how I quickly gather the data in from my environment. It might, but pure extroverted sensing in its purest form is very concrete. It's very concrete, and for me, that's how I experience SE when I actively use it in a focused, like, proactive way. If I'm maybe say I'm painting a picture, I'm doing a drawing, I'm paying careful attention to the lines and the brush strokes of what I'm doing, because I want to make sure it's correct, it's right, the movements. Yeah, I'm focusing really specifically on the details to get it correct. But I also feel extroverted sensing, with my own experience, operates also at a subconscious level, or unconscious level, in the sense that it's constantly gathering behind the scenes, on the inside, the copious amounts of sensory information around me and the environment, and then that's fed into my conscious mind, if that makes sense. I'm not sure if I'm describing this right, but because of this, I experience, I don't know if other INFJs out there feel this, but I experience extreme hyper awareness of my environment. Like, I'm hyper aware of it, almost to the point where I feel overstimulated at times. There's just so much stimulation externally. There's just like so much to take in, and it's just bombarding me, and it gets internalized. For example, I'm walking down the high street, where I'm in the shop centre, the mall, and as I'm walking, I'm constantly scanning people's faces. Like, as a person's walked towards me, I'll snapshot of their face, the next person snapshot of their face. I'm always taking in, and I don't do it actively. This is a subconscious thing. It just happens, just by itself, taking in all the information, the faces. It's mostly a face thing, but other little things as well, like the how close people are to me, the flow of traffic as you're walking with people in like a crowded area. I always am aware of where the blocks are going to come, so I immediately step out of the way and not like walk into people. And also, the negative aspect of this is that my body will feel anxious or threatened. Okay, it'll feel threatened before my mind knows what's going on. So the SE, the extroverted sensing, takes in the information in my environment quicker than my mind can process it, and I'll often know when something bad's going to happen in my body. I'll feel it physically, or maybe somebody's around me who's quite dangerous or dodgy. my body will tense up and I'll feel it before I know, before my intuition, before my thinking kicks in or my feeling. I feel it in my body. I'll physically feel it, and I'll get tense and I'll feel on edge and anxious. And because of this heavily influences my energies, my personal energies, like my energy reserves. So in my daily life, because this extroverted sense is going on, it's so sensitive to the stimulation, it's taking it in constantly. And say, like, a hectic day for me could be just a normal day to somebody else. And because of all the information, all the sensory information I'm internalizing, the good, the bad, the indifferent, whatever. And when it comes to the end of the day, usually I'm knackered, I'm tired, I'm wiped out, and I need to be by myself, like not talk to anyone, relax, really unwind, to recalibrate all that again for the next day. And that also ties in with the introversion. I like to be by myself. I enjoy my own company and do my own thing. So I can come across sometimes to my friends as being a bit antisocial or mysterious, but a lot of it's protecting, because I'm trying to protect myself, protect my energy reserves, protect so I don't get burnt out. Just through daily life. And another aspect of SE is that I don't often keep in touch or on top of things that are happening in the world around me, in terms of, so this is a bit of a contradiction, I think. This is the aspect of this which is a bit weird for me. Even though I'm hyper aware of my immediate environment and how it affects me, on a larger scale of what's happening in the moment or right now, right now, in terms of current events, world events, national events, I really blank that stuff. It's like I'll often just wait till a few months down the line. So say there's a disaster in, I don't know, Japan. Okay, it's just like there's an earthquake in Japan. The people in my environment, like my social life, they'll make a big deal about it because it's a massive event. It's a terrible event. People will be talking about it, discussing it. But for some reason, I don't like to discuss things when they've just happened or when they're happening. Within that same week or that same day. I don't know why. I don't know what it is, but I find I'm not interested in discussing it until some time has passed and all the information's been gathered and all the commotion and all the excitement's died down, and then I can go back myself and look it over and reflect on it, as opposed to getting caught up in the craziness of it all at the time. I feel like I like to distance myself from that, and then wait maybe a month, like I say, a month down the line, come back to it and then research it online and then get all the details and facts. For some reason, it's more interesting to me a little bit later after it's happened as opposed to right now. I don't know what that means, and I'll be interested to see if any people watching get the same thing. I don't know. It might tie in with my... Well, I'll come to this in a minute, actually. It might tie into something else that I'm going to speak about. So that's the 4 processes so far. The first one is introverted intuition. The second one is extroverted feeling. Third function or process is introverted thinking. And the last one is extroverted sensing. I nearly forgot that there. So that's just like my experience of it, how I have come to understand it as it works through me and in me. As an INFJ, I have some other notes here though, just general little things I've written down that I'd like to talk about also, and that is well, one of the descriptions on some of the websites you'll be on for INFJs. One of the little snippets that I've wrote down here is that it says that INFJs are gentle, caring, complex, highly intuitive individuals, artistic and creative. They live in a hidden world. They live in a world of hidden meanings and possibilities. So that is completely me, 100%. The whole complexity thing, like, that's why I love personality research, psychology, anything that is complex and works with complexity in the human being, because I confuse myself. I'm just a mystery to myself, and I'm a mystery even more so to other people. And I find that complexity can sometimes get in the way of just living life, and things that annoy me or upset me or are an issue for me are not like, if I were to tell those things to other people, they'd be like, "What? Oh, you care about that? Really? I mean, that's silly. That's weird. What? It doesn't make any sense." I've heard it all before. And also the gentle and caring thing. Now, I know I've heard and I've read about this, and I've also heard some male INFJs talk about this, that INFJs by nature are usually gentle and caring people. Now, in the Western world that we live in, to be seen as gentle and overly caring as a male is not traditionally seen as being masculine traits. Now, my own experience of this is that that's an awareness that I've always had. I've always been like that. I've always been a sensitive person. But because of the environment I grew up in, I had to adapt to, this is the extroverted feeling coming in again, like you want to create harmonious interactions and be, well, especially when you're younger, you want to be liked by other people, your peers, other guys who you hang out with, so you'll kind of adapt to their gestures, their mannerisms, the way they think and speak. And for me, the way that I counteracted that sensitivity and like gentle personality was I would tap into my introverted thinking, and come across as like, how can I put this? I would de-emphasize the emotional aspect of myself and emphasize the rational, intellectual part of my personality, because I found that I intuitively knew that was more considered, to be rational, intellectual is considered more masculine traits. So I subconsciously would switch to those aspects myself more than the other aspects, and kind of bury them and subdue them. But in the past few years, as I've gotten older, I've come back and realised that that's not a healthy way to live, to like subdue any or like suppress any aspect of yourself. You know, the key is to be whole, to be a full human being, to be yourself, to be authentic, to be real. So I've came to terms with that and just accepted that that's the way I am. And I'm pretty sure, I've got a strong hunch that other INFJ males who are watching this, that's been your experience as well. That the people who don't know you that well, they'll probably think you're actually